Yeah. Decision table approach. I'll take another 5 minutes and I'll just leave you. Don't worry. I'll just give you the glimpse of this particular decision table approach. Now, all of us will have one particular thing in our mind where to apply all these particular techniques. Before explaining the decision table approach, I'll give you a scenario. Say, suppose all of you are familiar with the login pages, right? So most of you have designed it with respect to your mini project work. So login page, in that password, you'll be always referring to that particular field called as password. And in all the particular websites or any particular URLs where the login is mandatory, they have given some patterns. And the password, you cannot enter as many characters as you want. There is a restriction. That is 6 to 8 characters you can have it. That is minimum is 6, maximum is 8. So this is where the range has been given. So with respect to this, you can apply boundary value analysis technique as well as equivalence class partitioning technique. So what happens if you go beyond 6? What happens if you go above 8? And along with it, you need to consider if it is in the valid range, that is valid number of characters if you have entered, then whether that particular character is containing an uppercase letter or a lowercase letter or followed by n number of numbers followed by a special character. If you want to have it, if you want to check it, means then we'll go with this particular approach called as decision table based approaching. This is where the condition will be checked. The previous one with respect to the ranges will go with the number of characters. Based on that, we'll just apply boundary value analysis as well as or else with respect to your equivalence class partitioning. So if you want to go with the boundary value analysis, there is only limitations. What are all the limitations that you have? You need to have a fixed range of values. 5 values, you can just take it. Whereas with respect to advantage of using equivalence classes, you are filling that particular gap. So if you choose any other value apart from that also, it will be just giving you the output. And number of characters, you cannot choose it 6.5 or 7. So keep that in your head. Okay, roughly I have given you 6 to 8, but it can be increased to 4 to 8 characters if you want to have it. Means at that time you can just get that particular answer. So with respect to whether the character entered is a uppercase letter or a lowercase letter or checking that particular thing, we need to have decision table approach. In this decision table we will be having a tabular manner. So we need to construct a table. In this table, you will be having uh, four different divisions have been made. The first, that is the leftmost with respect to the first particular column or first particular thing is called as a, I'll just take down a simple whiteboard to explain this. I'll just try to draw. This is how decision table will be there. If you are concentrating with this with respect to this here, this area is called as a condition stub. Leftmost part is called as stub, rightmost part is called as entries.